directors a lot of buzz, and they've created this film. They have an upcoming film called Uncut Gems, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Good Times, starring Robert Pattinson, the guy who was fresh off the highly profitable and highly budgeted Twilight franchise, but he's wanted to distance himself from that. So, Roy,
Yes.
how did you feel about Good Time?
You know what? I thought it was okay. I didn't feel overly, satisfied by watching it, nor disappointed. It was just kind of middle ground.
Kind of their experience?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely disagree in the sense of, I really love the film.
Yeah.
It is a personal thing just because I do enjoy those kind of high octane, and to tell you the truth, these leads that they kind of add in there are like the worst people that you can imagine.
Yeah.
They're terrible people, but you somewhat find them not necessarily endearing, but you are with their struggle throughout the whole thing. How did you feel about the performances at least?
The mentally handicapped brother, Safdie, really impressed with his performance. It didn't look like he was acting, it looked like he was just living, and they filmed it. Robert Pattinson's character was a little bit, I don't want to say overacted, but I definitely felt like maybe he pushed too far on the accent, and if somebody like that came up to me and was demanding all the things he was demanding, I would have knew it was a scumbag right away. But people seemed very charmed by him, I just didn't buy it.
Yeah, I definitely can see that. And for starters, with just his character, I can definitely see how you can get the scumbag element from him.
Yeah.
Homie looks fresh off a Tupac cover. It's bad, but
Yeah.
I love Robert Pattinson in the movie. I do agree that sometimes it can be a little much, particularly with the accent. I do understand it's New York, but come on. I think the way the story kind of goes, I always enjoyed, and I was always invested with what was going on. However, I will admit that the story does get to some pretty insurmountable heights, particularly towards the end.
In the third act, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Did you like how the film concluded?
I did, especially the last scene. I felt like that was probably the best scene in the movie. It was very gratifying to see that, that particular part of the story wrap up like that. As far as going back to Robert Pattinson's character, he's definitely a flawed hero, I guess. I think that's maybe how the movie was portraying him.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely I guess a scumbag with a heart of gold, right? He's definitely a piece of shit. He's definitely trying to do the right thing by his brother, but yeah, it was the character I was like, yo bro, give me 50 feet,
Getting by the 6 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that. And, you definitely find this somewhat of an endearing presence with the character, even if he is a piece of shit who is literally trying to just dupe everyone out of money. And every time this man comes into the room, this motherfucker's a plague.
Yeah.
He will just bring your whole life down. Prime example is, and without giving away too many spoilers, because I do think the best way to go into this film is pretty blind. Is one of the famed actors of the last couple of years. I've got to know Mr. Barkat Abdi plays a security guard, and once you see this guy, you know what I'm talking about. But all I'll say is Robert Pattinson comes into the mix, and this son of a bitch is cancer to a whole degree that I ain't seen in film in a long time. Finishing up your thoughts. How do you feel?
Speaking about that, he also definitely preys on the weak because Kira Sedgwick's character is being really manipulated by him the entire time she's on screen, and I think she's I know she knows she's being manipulated, but I guess she just buys into it or whatever. But yeah, he's definitely not a good time to be around.
It's definitely not a good time to be around, but it is a good time to watch, even if you might have to sit back a couple of antidepressants probably. But I think it's a good watch, a decent watch, and these are definitely going to be some directors that I would want to check out the past work, but I also am very much looking forward to their upcoming whatever they do. It'll either be an Adam Sandler film or not. Finishing up your thoughts, Roy, how are you feeling? What do you want to give this?
You know what? Me personally, I'm gonna give this a C+. I thought the script was mundane. I thought the cinematography was promising in parts, but ultimately, for the whole movie as a whole, collective work was just a
I will give the film an A-. I think the best thing about the film itself, for me personally, is the direction and the cinematography. The only reason why is because it isn't necessarily cinematography that you look at and you're like, wow, this is big budget. This is not your standard Christopher Nolan fare. You know, you don't feel like they had $200 million. You feel like they had the grimiest shit they could possibly work with. And I loved every minute of it. You can see the plaque building up on their teeth. It's just so close up. I swear, sometimes I felt like they were about to hit Pattinson or Safdie, give one of them brain damage literally because they had the camera so far.
Yo, I definitely
It's one. One person.
Yeah.
I don't know who. It just says one. It just says one viewer.
And that is our thoughts on Good Time. Roy, you want to finish this out?
Yo, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to join us next week when we review another movie.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
My name is Zach,
Roy.
and welcome to the Movie Podcast. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.
Okay, that ending was a little
Yo.
bit.
Thank you. No problem.
Wait, sorry. I didn't realize I thought it was recording, so I was like, because this one